All right, this presentation is going to be talking about safety culture and integrity in aviation. So safety culture is one of the most important parts of aviation because regulations and procedures really can only get you so far. Ultimately, safety depends on the decisions that people make on the daily basis. So in this presentation, I'm going to discuss my thoughts on the current state of aviation safety culture, some practical examples of how that culture can affect decision making, and then how biblical integrity ties into the entire theme. So where aviation safety culture stands today, I think aviation has developed a very strong safety culture. The industry has learned from a lot of previous accidents and has become much more proactive instead of simply reactive after something goes wrong. Safety management systems, SMS, crew resource management, CRM, checklists, voluntary reporting programs are all examples of that progress. However, having good systems does not automatically create a good safety culture. People still have to be willing to follow the procedures, report problems, and speak up when something doesn't feel right. To me, one of the biggest threats to safety culture is the normalization of deviance. So when somebody takes a shortcut and nothing bad happens, it becomes easier to take that shortcut again and again and again. Eventually, an unsafe practice starts to feel normal, and then eventually the luck is going to turn. So things like external pressure can have a similar effect. Pilots and other aviation professionals may feel pressure from passengers, management, schedules, weather, or even themselves. And a strong safety culture has to make it acceptable to stop an operation or question a decision without worrying about being viewed as difficult or inexperienced or the fear of facing like some kind of punitive or punishment action. So for me personally, working around aircraft at an FBO has shown me that safety culture is not limited to just pilots or major emergencies. It exists everywhere around us during just everyday operations. So something as routine as fueling an aircraft, moving equipment on the ramp, or positioning an aircraft can become dangerous when people become rushed or complacent. I think one of the clearest signs of a healthy safety culture is when employees feel comfortable to stop the operation and ask questions. Even if it causes a small delay, verifying that something is, going the way that it's supposed to is much better than assuming and potentially causing an accident. So a biblical view of integrity that I think fits pretty naturally within the aviation safety culture is Proverbs 10:9, which says, "Whoever walks in integrity walks securely." In aviation, integrity means doing the right thing even when nobody's watching, and that applies elsewhere outside of aviation as well. It means honestly reporting mistakes, following checklists, and speaking up when something doesn't seem right. Sometimes the safest decision is inconvenient or unpopular, but integrity means choosing that decision anyways. Overall, I believe that aviation has built a really strong safety culture, but maintaining it requires constant effort. Procedures, technology are important, but they cannot replace individual judgment and accountability. Every person that's involved in aviation contributes to safety culture through every decision that they make. And then biblical integrity reinforces that responsibility by emphasizing honesty and doing what is right regardless of the circumstances. Ultimately, safety culture is not just something written in a manual, it's demonstrated through our everyday choices. That's going to be it. Thank you.